Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Steve Slaton had himself a great rookie season for the Houston Texans, and it really looked like he was going to be a fantasy stud type player for a lot of years to come. Unfortunately, yes, he was a high round pick. He was maybe in the first 3 rounds of a lot of drafts last season. But at the end of the day, he had a lot of fumbling issues. That got him benched at times. He wasn't having a good yard per carry rushing average. I think that he definitely bulked up that offseason, and I believe it did wear on him as far as his, staying loose and staying nimble and explosive at times. And I think that cost him from year 1 to year 2. The big story for him, though, this is something we learned and we kept getting educated on with him even into the offseason, is the pinched nerve that he had in his neck that was affecting his feeling all the way down into his fingertips where he's holding on to that football. And even Gary Kubiak, he believed that those fumbling issues were because he had, he was losing feeling in his arm there, his fingertips, and he wasn't getting a good grip on the ball. Maybe that had more to do with they may have known a little bit what was going on with his situation. Maybe they didn't know it was severe as it turned out to be. But at the same time, they may have known there were some issues there. Matt might have had more to do with him not having success holding on to the ball and getting pulled out of games because they just didn't trust that he could keep the ball when he's having these physical ailments. Anyway, coming into December, he was done for the season as that situation just got worse for him. He had surgery there to kind of relieve some of the tension there on the nerve, the pinch there, so that would give him feeling again, but he's not able to take contract drills until probably training camp begins. He hasn't seen any of that type of work. He's going to be the team's 3rd down running back this year. He's not going to start, folks, so we need to see Arian Foster and Ben Tate. Those are the names they're going to start. One of those 2 guys, probably Arian Foster to begin with, is going to start on this team. Slaton is just that. He's a backup guy on this team, really a 3rd down back. I still think at some point, if he can get his sea legs, if you will, back, and he gets some strength and he's starting to feel good, if the guys in front of him are just not being productive, maybe late in the season, he could get another opportunity to start once again for the team, as it would just be, maybe that last month stretch, and to take on more workload for a month may not be as much as, per se, a full season in the situation that he was in. So we'll have to see if maybe he could do something towards the end of the season and be effective, but he's just not going to be there early on, so don't select him in your drafts. Obviously, he has talent. We know this, but he's just not going to get those opportunities that are so vital for anybody when it comes down to fantasy or success in the NFL.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.